1.5, scatter plots and least squares lines. For scatter plots, what do their graphs look like? They're scattered. That's why it's called a scatter plot. When you graph the points, you have your data, and when you graph it, the points will be scattered all over the place, right? If all of the points seem to be going like this, what do you think we call it? This is called a positive correlation. And this one here would be a strong positive correlation. If I were talking about the slope, it's the correlation, the closer it is to a perfect straight line, the closer it is to 1. See how if I take off these dots, it's a perfect straight line, right? The correlation would be 1. There's a 1-to-1 correlation. It is a perfect correlation. But if I took the dots and put them, what can you tell me about the dots? They're going up, right? So it's still positive. Now it's going to be weak. It's still positive, but it's weak. The dots are not close together. This one would probably be like a half or 0.5. The closer it is to 1. Yep. Then you might occasionally have things like this. What do you notice about this one? There's no correlation. The dots are all over the place. There's no correlation. It should be 0. The closer it is to 0, the less of a correlation you have. What can you tell me about these ones? Going down, so we're going to call it negative. They're going down, they're negative. What should these numbers get closer to? If going up, the stronger it was 1. What about for negative? It should be -1. The stronger the correlation goes to -1. You've seen all this stuff before, correct? Good. And I'm going to show you how to do this on the calculator. So get out your calculators. Turn it on. For those of you who have not purchased your calculator yet at home, this is going to be a little bit tougher to do. Hit Stat. It is right next to the blue arrow key. It brings up this. Hit Enter on Edit. You should have L1, L2, L3. If you don't, that's fine. We can fix that. In L1, we're going to enter all of our X values. In L2, we're going to enter all of our Y values. To enter the values for the X, just go 8, enter, 4, enter, and so on. To get over to L2, just press over, and it automatically kicks you to the beginning. Now type in all the values for Y. You'll know you did this correctly and did not miss a number if they both line up. There are 16 numbers. It tells me the blank one is L17. After you have all the data typed in, hit second, Y equals. We would normally just hit Y equals to graph equations, but we're doing stat plot. Second Y equals brings up this. All of yours say off, so just click on number 1. Press enter. It's flashing on the on. Press enter. When you hit enter, on is now flashing, it's changed it. These are all our different types of graphs. We can have just scattered points, connect the points, bar graph, box and whiskers. We want just plain graph, plain points. Where did we put all of our x values? In L1. We put all the y's in L2. Now, if I had them in L3, if you notice above the 1, 2, and 3 in yellow, or L1, L2, and L3, if I had my second y values in L3, I just go second, 3. It changes it. But I had them in L2. You can have the calculator mark the dots as squares, pluses, or dots. Everyone have this setting. Hit zoom. We need to tell the calculator where our information is at. On the zoom, we need to say where our information is at. These are all our different zooms. Go down to zoom stat, or you can just hit 9. And it will graph all of our data. What type of correlation is there? Strong positive. What would the number be close to? 1. What would be a good estimate, maybe? 3/4, 0.75. There's actually a line that best represents this data. Once we hit stat, we already have all of our data in here, correct? So I don't have to retype it. Go over to calc. Press the right to calculate. We want what's called the linear regression. Number 4. I press enter. And on your screen, the only thing that shows up is the lin reg ax plus b. I put my stuff in L1 and L2, correct? Since it's in L1 and L2, I am fine. Just press enter. It gives you this. In your calculators, something didn't come up. Second 0. This is the catalog for everything. Second 0 brings up the catalog. Press the button with the x to the negative first. It takes you automatically to your D's. You can scroll down until you get to D's. Go down until you see diagnostic on. It says off, and the next one down says on. Press enter. Press enter again. All it should say now on your screen is done. That means we've turned on something. Go back to your stat. Go back to your calc. Linear regression again. Now press enter. You should have an A, a B, an R squared, and an R. The equation that best represents that data is y equals 0.8x plus 1.4. It tells me the equation that will pass through all of those points. What is my correlation here? What's my number? 0.9. It has a strong positive correlation. R is your correlation. Questions? All right. Do this again. We're looking at number 11. To get into this L1, L2, hit stat. It's right next to the arrow key. Press enter. There's all of this stuff in L1 and L2. Just go up and hit clear, and then enter. And it automatically clears it out. Do not hit delete. It'll actually delete it. Go up, clear, enter. Now I just go and type all the data in. Since I've already set up my calculator before, second stat plot, I don't need to do this again. I've already told the calculator I need the stat plot on, I need just a scatter plot, I just need my stuff to be in L1 and L2. Just hit zoom, 9. Zoom, 9. And for some reason, it keeps doing this. I can take this, copy it into Word, hit print, there's my graph. Now, to find out what my correlation is, or the line of best fit, hit Stat, Calc, 4, Enter. Since we've already turned the diagnostics on once, we don't need to do it again. The line of best fit is y equals negative 0.14x plus 5.78. That's the equation that best fits. The correlation is negative 0.12. What type of correlation would that be? It is a very weak negative because it's almost 0. Any questions on this lesson?